Wolves didn't hunt people. They followed food. For wolves, the biggest food source on the plains walked on 4 hooves.
They watched the herds constantly, measuring distance and risk.
In winter, packs shadowed the herds, hoping for weakness, leftovers, or wounds. An old limp, a slow calf, any flaw might mean a meal before the season ends. But even then, they respected the size and power of these animals. Lakota hunters also walked with the herds for meat, hides, and bone. People, buffalo, and wolves followed each other like braided trails. When a hunt succeeded, the ice-cold ground became a temporary butcher's floor.
They carried the best cuts home, but not every scrap.
Wolves read those tracks the same way, smelling the story of what had happened.
To them, it wasn't about people at all. It was about meat and fat.
Lakota knew that when buffalo fell, wolves would not be far behind. Over time, wolves learned a pattern. Follow the herds, and you follow the food. In winter, camps often rose where herds had passed, and meat could be gathered and stored. Soon, another smell joined the buffalo: wood smoke and hanging meat. Lakota hung their meat high, away from dogs and prowlers. To a wolf's nose, that camp was just another place where buffalo had been opened. Following buffalo tracks sometimes brought them right to winter lodges.
Inside, families heard the howls and understood exactly what those voices meant.
Elders explained that wolves followed meat first, people second.
Dogs marked the invisible border between their camp and the wild hunger outside. Tracks told the story. The pack had come close, then turned away. From a wolf's view, this was a cluster of smells, warmth, and potential scraps. Lakota pulled their leftovers away, trying to keep wolf attention at a distance. If the pack could fill its stomach out there, it had less reason to test the camp. Morning walks showed how well that balance held. When herds moved on, wolves usually chose to follow their first teachers, the buffalo. Sometimes human hunters and wolf hunters traveled the same routes hours apart. Old hair, fat, and bones led wolves like a trail of invisible arrows. Most of the time, they chose the path that smelled like their old life, following buffalo first.
He reminded them, they follow what we follow, the meat, not our faces.
Even in thick winter, their paws remembered where the herds usually wandered.
Some saw wolves as cleaners, not just rivals, finishing what people left behind.
By the time they were done, only bone and memory were left for the wind. The pack flowed along the herd's edges like a moving shadow. And people used those same paths, shaped by centuries of animal decisions.
They arrived after the hunters, reading the story in footprints and blood patterns.
Like beads on a string, each point connected predator, prey, and people.
Elders understood that wolves walked inside the same circle as they did.
They studied the camp carefully, weighing smell against sound and numbers.
Never underestimate a hungry pack, even if it mostly wants bones and scraps.
Hunger could push any animal closer than it usually dared.
As storms approached, both humans and wolves drew tighter circles around their resources. For a while, survival mattered more than following anyone. As soon as the wind eased, the old chase for food resumed. When herds moved, everyone moved. People, wolves, and even scavengers in the sky. Wolf feet slipped into the same prints that hooves broke earlier.
Horses and hunters too saved strength by walking where buffalo had already carved the way.
Their voices told the whole valley who had eaten and who still searched.
He told them, "They speak to each other, not to us."
When herds called from farther off, the pack usually chose that stronger promise. As long as buffalo roamed, wolves had better reasons to keep moving. From above, you could see 3 lives linked by the same winter hunger. He traced lines in the snow. They follow the herds, and sometimes we follow them. Once the camp moved and the scent faded, the pack returned to their primary teachers. The dance repeated in a new valley, under a new sky. Buffalo movement, wolf calls, and lodge fires all rose into the same dark air. Many meals came from kills people knew nothing about.
Other meals came from hunts wolves never saw, yet all drew from the same herds.
He listened and heard not an enemy, but another hungry nation living off the buffalo.
Through the longest winters, wolves stayed alive by tracking hooves and scent, not human faces. That's why wolves followed winter camps, not to hunt people, but to trail the same buffalo and meat that kept everyone alive.